burn them up. Scalpel. You're looking at me, Donna.
We're losing adrenaline now.
You'll never amount to anything, Tyrant.
Everybody clear. You scum!
We've lost him.
Even angels need to relieve their tension once in a while. And that's why you join us today in heaven at Quentin Tarantino time, for we will be using this fine Virtua Cop contraption throughout today's show. Later on, my own tensions will be being relieved by the appearance of our two special Biker Grove guests, Donna and Vicky Taylor. But now it's tool-up time for our event, which we like to call Rosa Rumble. Sega's Virtua Cop has turned out to be easily the best arcade shoot-'em-up since the Falklands War. But as the empty pockets of many a punter will testify, it's as hard as a pit bull terrier wearing a chieftain tank for trousers. For this event, we've shoved in a top arcade champ to show us how it's done. His mission is to quite literally play through the entire game and using only one tiny credit before the end of the show. This most single of credits will give him just 5 lives to sustain him through 3 levels of tooled-up Tarantinos, helpless hostages and bazooka-wielding bosses.
Although it may look like a simple case of shoot everything that moves, there's a couple of things to look out for. It's very important to reload your weapon every time you've got the chance. This is done by pointing the gun away from the screen and firing. The barrel in the bottom right of the screen indicates how many bullets you've got left. Each time a player is hit, they lose 1 of their 5 lives. Lose all 5, and it's game over.
And here to play Virtua Cop today is Martin Mathers. Martin, today you are James Bond.
Indeed, Dominic. Licensed to wear an ill-fitting suit, so it seems.
You said it, Martin. Now, actually, you appeared on Series 1 of Gamesmaster, and how did you go on?
I failed.
You did fail.
I did.
So, are you going to do better tonight?
Of course, I'm come back to get my revenge. I want that joystick.
So you are convinced that you can play through the whole of Virtua Cop and complete it before the show ends?
Not only am I going to complete it on 1 credit, I'm going to get a perfect score.
So what makes you think you can do this challenge then, Martin?
Well, I think it's because, unlike most of the people we have on the show, not only am I a completely true professional, I'm also a bit of a cocky git.
It's very honestly put, Martin. OK, time is running out. You better get started. And keeping a watchful eye over Martin throughout today's show is Dave Professor Perry. Professor, listen, what's going to be the most difficult thing about Martin completing this challenge within the time?
The difficulty is going to be racking up the points. He's got to score 9,999,999 points. That's a lot of points, so he's going to have to use the multiplier at the top of the screen. He uses that by hitting targets as often as possible, and that increases the amount that the score he hits on those targets is multiplied by. It could be anything up to ×9.
OK, we can see Martin then, he's working his way safely through this at the moment. Is there going to be, like, is there reloading problems and things like that in this, Dave?
There is with the screen he's got, because on the smaller screen version it's easier. You don't have to move the gun so far, because you take the gun off the screen and click to reload. On the large screen he's on, and being so close, he's got to do a really vigorous arm movement to load that gun. OK, we can see he's dispatching these guys with relative ease. The bottom right-hand corner of the screen, you can see how many bullets he's got left in his gun. When that becomes empty, you will get the reload sign. That's when Martin has to flick it away, as Professor was telling you. You can also see his hearts at the bottom as well. He's got 5 just now. He's probably not going to have to worry about that too much. So much shooting action going on, Professor. Yeah, he's doing really well. He's taken everyone out. He's being very, very accurate. And like I said, this isn't a single-shot game. You get more points by hitting the guys as many times as possible before they hit the ground. So he wants to just keep hammering into them and keep that gun loaded. OK, that was a fantastic bouncer from the last guy's shot. They are quite rubbery when they're hitting the ground, these guys, Dave. They do bounce about, which gives you plenty of opportunity to shoot them. That's a hostage in front of the screen. You don't want to hit one of them because you'll lose a life if you do. Well, Professor and I are going to keep getting excited about Martin's performance. Personally, we don't want to spoil you, though, so we're going to go over to today's news.
Proof that some people haven't heard that 16-bit is dead is a new gadget that allows you to prove you're the tops of the Mega Drive or the Super NES without leaving your home. Hyperscore grabs your high score at the end of a game and allows you to transmit it to a central scoreboard via a 40p phone call. It's then immediately added to the national high score table for that game. The tables are shown on teletext, or you can call up for your position, and the top monthly players in each league will win some fantastic excuse for a prize. Mortal Kombat 3 is just one of 20 games compatible when Hyperscore is released next month for 30 notes. Indy 500 is the latest in Sega's lineup of top racing arcade games. Using the same Model 2 technology as Daytona and Sega Rally, Indy 500 offers a choice of 3 tracks, 4 viewpoints, multiple players and gameplay that's faster than me sprinting after an attractive lady going downhill on a bike.
Earthworm Jim!
Before the Earthworm Jim 2 game comes out later on in the year, the wee worm has gone all Hollywoody on us and now has its own cartoon show. The £5 million 13-part series has just started on cable channel TCC and includes characters and stunts straight from the game and some naff songs that thankfully aren't.
Here comes Earthworm Jim, you know that he's a mighty one.
Oasis it ain't. Groovy!
It's CD-ROM of the Week!
Hi, my name is Michael Jackson.
All right, mate.
They call me the Beer Hunter. They call me that because I drink beer for a living.
Really? I thought you were a supermodel. So listen up, ladies. If you explore this Beer Hunter CD-ROM, you'll be able to amaze your friends with your uncanny knowledge of the beer-making process, swap stories about malting, and squabble over the best label design.
Hello again, and welcome to the field guide section of this program.
You can even ask Mike what his favourite beers are. Just don't mention smoked porter.
Smoked porter. This is powerfully smoky.
Uh-huh.
Really get that smoky aroma.
Really?
And then as you taste it, there's more smokiness, and it's a slightly
smoky,
woody-tasting smokiness.
Damn! Yes, Mike really loves his smoked porter.
I once had this beer for breakfast with bagels and lox at a picnic in the middle of an ice field in Alaska.
Yeah, sure. Funny he never married. Anyway, over to Mike for some final words for those people unsure whether to buy Toshinden or Beer Hunter.
I encourage you to expand your palate for a good beer. Of course, it might take a lifetime.
Hey, no rush, mate. Martin Mathers is still with us, still working his way through Virtua Cop. He hasn't blown it yet. Dave, what point have we reached now?
Well, he's coming towards the end of the first stage and he hasn't lost a life or even been hit yet. And a little while back he picked up an automatic weapon, so he's got some rapid fire going on.
OK, he's just turning this corner here. He's going into... Oh, darkness is looming.
That can only tell you one thing. He's going to come to a boss. Let's have a listen to what he's got to say.
Pretty bold, aren't we? I'll take care of you myself.
Right,
I'm not actually that scared by him, actually, Dave.
He's not all that scary. He looks a bit silly, and he's got a very square missile launcher, which Martin's now dealing with. The first thing to do is to take out these missiles as they come to you, and then hit the boss, because if you ignore the missiles, they're going to take your lives.
OK, well, he's hammering those missiles with the relative aplomb there.
He is. The boss's energy level's at the top, as you can see, and he's nearly gone.
That's it, he's done the boss.
No,
he
he's
hasn't.
not.
Oh, what happened to the boss there? He kind of keeled over for a bit. What's he doing now?
No, he's giving up. He's putting his hands up. He's going to disappear.
Soft lad.
But it's a typical Hollywood ending because he comes back for one last go and Martin's finished him off.
OK, so at the end of level 1 you can see that Martin's got nearly 1.5 million points, still some points short of that 9.99999 million he's got to get, but the next 2 levels are going to be a lot harder and longer, so there's almost a cupboard full of points on offer. Now the problem is if we do go on to anything